turning up the heat. 2 expert judges. Professional chef and baking queen, Lorraine Pascal.
Don't let the smile fool you. I'll say it how it is.
And international Michelin-starred chef, Jason Atherton.
I take my food really seriously, and I'm looking for those home cooks who also share that same passion.
And desperate to impress, 12 enthusiastic amateurs.
Oh my God!
Cooking in couples.
We are best friends, we live together, we work together, we cook together.
We're neighbours.
He's my hairdresser.
It's region against region.
Welcome to Scotland!
Listen, we're Team Wales, right? We are the best.
Oh, crying out loud.
First, they'll host supersized dinner parties.
They're not crispy. They're becoming some sort of nightmare.
To wow the judges.
To me, the dish is disappointment.
And their rivals.
I wish I hadn't eaten, actually.
Philip's got a game plan.
You see it in his eyes.
Before being pushed to their limits.
Your kitchens are parked behind you.
Cooking for crowds.
Never cooked this amount of people before. It's insane.
And ultimately, they'll fight for survival. The cook-offs against the clock.
If you fail to deliver, you go to sudden death.
Faster, 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 faster.
No.
Partnerships will be pushed to breaking point.
Just cut.
Hideous.
As the teams battle it out for a prize of £25,000.
These guys may be home cooks now, but by the end of this competition, I'm expecting restaurant-quality dishes.
And to be crowned the champions of My Kitchen Rules.
The competition is on.
The adventure begins at My Kitchen Rules headquarters.
We cannot believe that we're actually here.
The kitchens look stupendous.
It's so posh and it's so fancy.
Today, the teams come face to face with the judges.
So scary seeing Jason in the rain.
It's just so much pressure right now.
Welcome to My Kitchen Rules headquarters.
This is where the best of you will ultimately fight it out.
Let's get the competition started. The first stage is the instant restaurant round. Each team will host a 3-course dinner event in their hometown. Your guests will be the other teams and us, the judges.
You will be scored on your food.
At the end of the instant restaurant round, the team with the lowest score will be eliminated from the competition.
The first team to cook is Claire and Rebecca from Dublin, Ireland.
I can't believe they're all coming to my house.
I can't believe Lorraine and Jason are going to sit down at the dining table.
We're going to eat our food.
I'm really, really pleased it's not us first.
So relieved that it wasn't us.
I wanted to go first.
Go collect your My Kitchen Rules, aprons and knives.
Game face, lady.
No.
Game face.
The competition kicks off in Dublin and facing the daunting task of going first. School chums Claire and Rebecca.
Okay, lady. We got everything. Well, let's go through the list and make sure.
So excited to go first. Very scary.
Magimix, got the sweet machine. We definitely want to demonstrate that we have a real passion for food and we cook with love, so we just hope that comes across.
We met at school when we were 12 and ever since we've been best friends.
Ever since.
I'm a social care worker for a homeless charity.
And I'm a barrister, specialising in family law.
But then as soon as 5 o'clock comes, it's run straight home, cook together.
Just a little bit too much. Food is definitely our biggest passion.
Obsessed. Cooking.
In the kitchen, Claire and I are quite different.
Rebecca is very organised, has lots of lists and lists and lists.
165 grams of sugar.
She is also very bossy.
You're going to chop some mint, about 24 leaves, very finely.
Yes, ma'am.
Claire is disorganised, chaotic, messy.
It's like it's going to explode.
Oh my God! Okay, let's stop and have a look. And drunk.
But before they can get going on their 3-course masterpiece,
Let's do this.
the girls have to to the shops.
So I've got the list, we've got everything on the list. We just need to be meticulous about ticking it off.
Coming to Ireland, there's definitely got to be potatoes on the menu, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's potatoes.
Potatoes.
Maybe a pint of Guinness in there somewhere as well.
Quick.
We definitely want to show off all the amazing produce Ireland has. Everyone loves the spud.
No, your beef cheeks.
Ah, they look great. Would you be able to trim them up for us?
Yeah, of course.
Bursting with national pride, the main course. Braised beef cheeks in Irish stout with Colcannon potato cake and glazed carrots.
Bingo. That's the type of food I expect when I get off the plane in Ireland to eat.
Taking a sneaky peek at the menu, judges Lorraine Pascal and Jason Atherton.
I love beef cheeks. It's just one of the most beautiful pieces of meat you could ever eat. If they braise them long enough, you can eat them with a spoon.
Thanks a lot.
Wonderful.
I think I just try to say we're true to our roots, proud to be Irish, which is wonderful to see.
Just going down through the list now, ladies, so we'll just keep it in order, yeah? My list is getting messy. I want a new list. Somebody has to be organised.
I've got it all up here somewhere.
Disorganised.
That one. Or this one, that one.
Okay, let's run over there and get the carrot. We had a vision in mind. We wanted the carrots, green sprouts on top, real kind of traditional.
There've only 2 packets of this.
That's not going to be enough to feed our guests, so we've got baby carrots. They're really annoying to prepare.
We don't have a choice. A carrot's a carrot, it's a carrot. What?
There's a big difference between a carrot that
Should have
size.
just done normal carrots. Doesn't matter.
Wreck my head. Those carrots are going to be a nightmare. I completely panicked.
A little.
Apologise.
It's okay.
Hi girls.
How are you?
Grand, hi. So we're looking for around 12 portions of Clare Island salmon.
No problem at all.
For their first course, the girls are taking on some tricky techniques. Serving salmon sous vide with samphire, aioli and balsamic pearls.
Sous vide is a restaurant-style way of cooking. You cook it in water bath at a low temperature, which has to be exact. So you serve it and it looks almost raw. But when you eat it, it's cooked. So it's quite a clever way of doing it. But it takes a lot of skill to get it right.
Thank you.
It is a seriously risky dish.
Balsamic and white wine vinegar.
I'm interested by balsamic pearls. That sounds like some molecular gastronomy. I think to choose a starter with this many skills in is high risk.
Okay, lady.
All the shots done.
Tonight, the girls must put on the ultimate dinner party.
Go, go, go.
For 12 guests with sky-high standards. Their rival teams and the judges.
Okay, first things first.
So Claire's mum's dining room is being transformed
Got your mum's chairs.
into a pub.
Let's not get it lopsided because I'm so short and you're so tall.
It's called shenanigans because it means mischief, and we feel that that kind of sums us up, really.
Okay. Good Irish pub is usually crammed full of random stuff. So much pressure right now.
And it scares the Jesus out of me, seriously.
Amazing.
The rules of the instant restaurant round are simple. Team Ireland can only start cooking 3 hours before their guests arrive.
Go, 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 go.
Okay, it started.
Aprons on.
It's got our names in Ireland there.
Amazing.
Claire and Rebecca are now cooking against the clock.
This is actually happening. What are we doing?
If this was my instant restaurant, even before I touch the starters, desserts, anything, the first thing I would do is get these cheeks in the oven. If they don't braise long enough, it can be like having a piece of tire in your mouth.
I'm going to do shortbread first.
Okay.
And then on to the rest of the dessert.
As soon as we get that in and out of the oven, then the room for the beef cheeks.
Be nice. We're really excited about our dessert. Put these in?
Yep, go for it.
It's a little bit cheeky, it's a little bit fun.
And it's the rather unusually named Ladies' Irish Breakfast.
Ladies' Irish breakfast. Now, for dessert, this sounds intriguing.
It's a take on eggs and soldiers.
You've got the shortbread biscuits, like the little soldiers, dip into your egg. I've already got the shakes. What am I going to like later? And we have a holiday egg with lemon cream, orange curd, so it looks like a nice runny yolk. And what looks like an Irish coffee. So it's chocolate coffee mousse with a whiskey cream. This is the Irish coffee essence. And if everything goes according to plan, it will look really cute.
Yeah.
I'm making a mess.
It's the mousse. Is it just getting it into the cups?
Yeah, it's hard work. I need to do them now so they have time to set in the fridge and then making a mess. Look, the state of this, like.
It's okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay. Get it into the fridge. Quick sticks.
Pudding prepped.
Look at the clock.
Oh, God. I'm going to get onto the beef.
Finally time to get moving on main.
Just want to get this done as quickly as I can, Claire, because I'm already feeling way behind time.
You're okay, lady. Just get that and then it's in the oven.
Then it's in the oven. So I'm getting my veggies in, Claire. Leeks, celery, carrots. I'm just going to kind of free flow with the Guinness.
But before the beef cheeks even reach the oven,
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
an urgent delivery.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Rebecca's husband
Thank you.
with some stuffed owls.
Gotta run. Stressed. Bye. Love you too. I was literally like, thanks a mil. See you later. Bye. It added to our instant restaurant, so it made everything look great in our pub, but it was quite stressful for the main course. I just wanted it in the oven, basically.
Coming up,
You're not ready.
The knives are out.
Not that your company's bad, but I want some food.
Not the type of people that I would sit around a dinner table with.
Philip's got a game plan.
At the very first instant restaurant.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing.
In Dublin,
Already feeling way behind time.
school friends Claire and Rebecca are just minutes away from the grand opening of Shenanigans Irish Pub.
We've got the main in the oven, the potatoes are peeled and ready to boil.
But you need to bag up the fish.
Bag up the fish, yeah. For our starter, we are serving sous vide salmon. We are cooking that quite slowly in a water bath, which is the sous vide machine. Okay.
Claire and Rebecca's menu is very ambitious, but I like that. We are looking for the best amateur cooks in UK and Ireland.
To prepare the fish, they're sealed into individual vacuum bags and placed in the water bath. Just going to make sure all the air is sucked out of these bags. Not happy with that one. It's starting to annoy me slightly.
What's wrong, hon?
Some of the bags just aren't sealing.
Like, they won't work if they don't seal.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm leaving them to one side.
Time's running out for the girls.
Okay, they're not really working.
Do you want to swap for a bit since we're
Yeah,
getting
maybe.
frustrated? This is...
On their way, 5 teams with no idea what's on tonight's menu.
Ireland are kicking off the competition. We're so excited, but they must be so nervous, must be beside themselves.
I wish we had another hour.
We're ready to go. Ready to see what everybody else has got and compare their standards to ours.
They're here. So scared.
Panic stations.
Ready? Coming up to the door, you could kind of see through it a bit, and it was like, there's so many people there.
So many.
Competition is on.
Wow.
Oh, it's amazing. I really felt that I was in a pub, and the more I looked around, the more details I saw, the more I realised it was really clever.
This is Bex. I'm Claire. No. I'm Bex. This is Claire.
Yeah, exactly. And welcome to our traditional Irish pub. Hopefully you enjoy the food.
Okay, bye. That was intense. What the hell? I just called myself Claire and I called you Rebecca. What?
It feels warm and friendly and pub-like.
To me, I wouldn't think of an Irish theme. Yeah, nice room, nicely done, but it didn't hit me Irish.
I thought the Irish pub sign gave it away.
That's exactly what I thought, yeah.
We thought that Philip and Emma were husband and wife.
Philip's my hairdresser.
Really?
Oh.
The hairdressing salon, it's very exclusive. I run it like a private hairdressing club. Clients have to be members to get have their hair done.
Philip can talk.
He can talk for Welsh.
I'm Emma, I'm a busy mum of 3.
And I'm Philip, and I'm a dresser, and we're from
Wales. We run a supper club. We hold the evening to bring people together who have an affinity for food.
It's small and exclusive. Our standards of food are very high. We like the very fine dining, the very elegant, the black tie.
Everything has to be just right.
I'm the type of person to go to a restaurant, have food which is inadequate, and not say anything about it.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers! I think combined, we're going to make a really very, very competitive team.
To all our fellow contestants, good luck.
You'll need it.
Me and Steph met when we were both working as waitresses in my auntie's cafe.
We live together, we work together, we cook together.
We met each other about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We worked together for the fire brigade.
She thought Danny and Kev were butchers. Yeah.
Kev was the messenger. Probably the most important person on the fire station, really, because he supplies all the food.
I'll just slap it on the plate, and if I'm not wearing the food by the end of the meal, then we know they've enjoyed it, you know.
Yeah.
My first impression, type of guys I could drink in a pub with, not the type of people that I would sit around in a table with.
Danny's the posh one out of the two of us. He tries to make the dinners a little more finesse.
I get a bit of parsley. Just put it on top.
Big pile and a
You
little
laugh,
bit of mint.
You laugh, but it does look nice.
There was one point when the little belch came up from his stomach.
The parsley.
Yeah, it's parsley.
But there are still 2 guests missing.
Within a couple of minutes, the judges are going to turn up.
Yeah. Well, they're so talented, aren't they? You know, let's be honest. Yeah. I tell you, as a courtesy, should we all stand when they walk in?
The judges. Michelin-starred chef Jason Atherton and baking superstar Lorraine Pascal.
This is the first instant restaurant of the competition. It's really exciting. They're going to set the tone that the other teams have to beat.
I think we're in for a lot of fun. Irish hospitality is some of the best on the planet. I just cannot wait to get stuck in.
Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm not ready. You're ready. You're ready for this. Very scary moment.
See, half her cooks, it's like, you're at my door.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
One day to our restaurant.
Oh, hello.
How you all doing?
Good, thank you.
Tonight we're going to be serving you some traditional Irish ingredients mixed up with some modern techniques and a bit of Beck's Clare flair. You'll find your menus on the back of the stout bottles, so we're going to get back in the kitchen. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Lovely.
That's clever, isn't it? Really good.
It's cute, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, we agree. We've a lot to do.
Game face on. Okay,
Salmon on. Okay,
yeah.
let's do that quickly. It's nerve-wracking being the first contestant to put up a dish in the competition.
And the sous vide salmon is the first dish. It's at the right temperature. The bags are looking good. They're kind of saying that, oh wow, we think we can do all this. So if we don't, we're going to look like Egypts.
I think it was a really intimidating menu.
Wow. Wow.
The first thing up there is sous vide salmon. Straight away, the buzz to me is up there, really.
Everyone around the table was going, oh, right, they've sous vide it, they've sous vide it. And I was like looking at it going like, what the hell's sous vide?
I think I was reading it as South Vidi at first.
It's going to be in for 30 minutes at 40 degrees. Okay, Beth? So sort it.
This is very nerve-wracking. Will you just give that a quick stir with a spoon?
And then we wanted to try balsamic pearls.
We plunge balsamic vinegar into cold oil. It forms these spherical shapes. And
It's quite a scary moment as well, because you really don't know if it's
Anything
going
can
to
go
work
wrong.
until that balsamic hits the oil and it just falls.
it will almost look like caviar sitting on top of our salmon.
Hello.
Hello.
Girls,
Grant.
if I pop in to see how it's all going.
Caught us at a crucial moment.
I like crucial. So what's going on?
We're trying to make our balsamic pearls. They're working, more or less. I think we've plenty.
And
Help
the
that.
salmon?
The salmon is about to come out of the bath.
What sort of texture are you looking for with the salmon?
Just melt in your mouth.
Silky smooth.
What temperature have you been cooking it at?
40.
40. How long?
30 minutes.
It's long.
Is it? I was like, Claire, go and get that salmon out of the bath immediately.
No, there was 1 minute left.
Are you happy with that? You think that's okay?
Yeah, the colour looks good. It's changed just about.
We'll see you in there.
Thank you. So, Claire, what was Jason saying about the fish?
Everything's fine. La 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 la.
Claire and Rebecca still have a lot on their plate.
We need the alioli. Tack a punch. You can get the garlic off it. Maybe a bit too much.
It's nice.
Eat garlic.
It's lovely garlic.
Will you taste the samphire?
Salty, but lovely.
They're
Yeah.
very salty, aren't they?
Yeah.
How are your balls looking, Bex?
Yeah, they're not really working.
What?
Yeah. That's the first time they haven't worked. Just go with it. That's what we have. We've just got enough balsamic pearl to go around.
The flavours are there. We've really tried our hardest. Okay, let's do this.
Let's do this. Look, starter is served.
The rival teams will have to wait a while longer, as the judges are the first to taste. At the end of the night, they'll score each dish out of 10. First dish under the spotlight, that little-known pub classic, sous vide salmon with balsamic pearls.
Sous vide is a big ask, because this is restaurant standard cookery. And when I came into the kitchen, I walked away thinking it was going to be completely overcooked. But salmon is cooked beautifully.
When you break into it, it's nice and soft. That's what you're trying to achieve with sous vide.
I love the way it was cooked, and it's presented beautifully. But guys, the samphire is incredibly salty.
We noticed as we tasted.
It needs a really good rinse. You need to get that salt out. And the aioli is very garlicky. Your balsamic pearls haven't worked out for you? It was very adventurous to put them on the menu, but it was kind of this splodge instead of these little balls.
Well, thank you very much for your starter, and I'm back to the kitchen.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Oh, gosh.
That was intense.
Intense.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, how'd you feel?
Look, we did our best. They said the salmon was brilliantly cooked.
That's brilliant.
That's perfect.
And all the other things we kind of knew.
Who doesn't like a bit of garlic?
Yeah.
A bit of salt.
Please enjoy your starter.
Time for Claire and Rebecca's rivals to get stuck in. They will also score the meal at the end of the night.
It's not cooked enough for me. It's a bit limey.
Never had this salmon before. It's probably as it should be. Whether it's to taste or not is another matter.
The texture, there is just something smushy about it.
I'm not usually a fish eater, and it's too jelly for me.
If that was pan-fried, you'd have had that bit of crunch, and I think that'd have been lovely.
Each cooking technique you use delivers different textures, but that's the whole point of it. We don't always pan-fry every piece of fish. We poach it, steam it, sous vide it, and this was supposed to be a soft texture. The girls achieved what they were trying to achieve, but some of the guys just didn't get it.
I'm not a fan.
Coming up,
have no idea how long it's going to take.
slow cooking,
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing.
and restless guests.
Would you walk out of a restaurant if you waited an hour for your next course?
At Claire and Rebecca's instant restaurant,
I know this should work, but it doesn't.
after a lukewarm response to their starter,
I'm tasting samphire. Not a lot else.
the second course will have to be spot on.
I'm pleased we've got a stew. The beef cheeks with the old stout. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's heavy.
But in the kitchen,
When I took that beef out of the oven, my heart sank.
the girls are in a bit of a stew.
Meat still needs a lot of cooking down. So fatty. I mean, look at this.
The sauce just needs to reduce more.
Just want to get it reducing.
It seems to be a long time since we've had the starter. Why are you taking so long?
Starting to get hungry.
So much to think about.
Just a million things. The Kilcannon potato cake. Basically a fancy way of saying mashed potato and cabbage.
How big do you want these?
Not like, whoa.
What's that mean?
That's lovely.
Not that your company's bad, but I'm just thinking, I want some food.
But there's one more mammoth task to tackle.
Alrighty.
Rebecca's tiny carrots.
What are we going to do with these little fellas?
They're baby, aren't
They're babies. Damn you, carrots. Bane of my life. I feel like we're really behind a bit.
People were waiting at the dinner table for way too long. In a normal restaurant environment, you have to feed people on time, or else people don't pay their bill.
This is a joke. I'm going to chop my fingers off. If I ever see another card again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, I don't like carrots.
I have no idea how long this is going to take. And
If you break it down, it is stew.
I think if there was a delay like this, you come in to see guests.
I was timing it. We were left on over an hour.
Over an hour.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. I just felt like time was slipping away.
frying them bad boys up.
Oh, I hate doing this. I feel like where the hell is the food back? Never had this kind of pressure, you know, proper guests in a restaurant that you have
waiting for our food.
Oh.
You're burning up?
Yeah.
Almost there, lady. You were definitely fading away on me there. You were just, hello, anybody home?
I know, lost all sense. My cakes are falling apart, and so was I.
Yeah.
OK, let me ask you a question. Would you get up and walk out of a restaurant if you waited an hour for your next course?
Would you get up and walk out of a restaurant if you
I think I
waited
would
for an
by
hour?
now, yes.
I was quite uncomfortable with some of the comments that were being made at that stage, particularly by Philip.
Philip's got a game plan.
You see it in his eyes. He wants to win.
I think he's going to find any little thing
And go low.
and score someone low on it.
Beef, reducing quite a bit now, actually.
I hate doing this.
Okay, let's get this out. We don't want our guests to starve. Some of this meat is really, really good, and some of it is fatty. We'll just try and keep an eye on that for the judges. The sauce, it's not looking too bad. It's regained a bit of its life.
What ones are we giving to Lorraine and Jason?
This one and that one.
After almost 2 hours,
Sorry about the wait.
the main course finally makes it to the table.
We would have felt so low at that point.
just like, please eat our
Just
food.
eat it, tell us it's terrible, and come and get out of here, please.
They've taken so long to do this, and they couldn't have been happy with that. The carrots. There's actually something that my 5-year-old would do on his
Yeah.
plate.
The plates were dirty. There was finger marks. A couple of the carrots had fell over. It was sloppy.
Will the beef be worth the wait?
Claire, Rebecca, your main course took a long time to get to the table. And you know that, right?
Would have been nice if he'd have come out and told us what was happening, because we were in the dark here.
Beef cheeks are one of my personal favourites. I've had them on my menu for 10 years. So the fiercest food critics in the country have called my beef cheeks majestic jewel-like.
If only you knew.
So if they're not tender, after waiting so long, that is the ultimate cardinal sin. But they're nice and tender.
God, Jesus.
The sauce was rich, it was full of flavour. I would have loved a little bit more. Colcan potato cake, quite big, and it did soak up all that sauce, which was a bit of a shame.
And the presentation, the Star Trek thing going on there.
We had a small issue with our carrot supply today.
That's how we do it over here.
You saw Star Trek, I saw Stonehenge. It looked like some summer solstice thing going on around these beef cheeks. But they really tried to put some effort into their presentation.
I did. But it was 2 hours for the main course.
2 hours, man. 2 hours of my life gone.
Enjoy your main course.
Yeah, look at that. Look.
It's quite fatty.
Good bit of fat there.
I was a bit disappointed, to be honest. I'm so hungry, I tried to eat it, but there's a huge amount of fat in this little bit of meat. I'd done beef cheeks before, and it just broke apart, and these didn't.
I thought Dan was very critical. I think he had a bun in his oven. A bee in his bonnet. Oh.
I loved it, I really enjoyed it. My cheeks were really, really tender. But it's interesting to see everybody's plate, who's finished and who hasn't. And so there's a certain inconsistency, maybe.
Duncan and Stuart, I thought they how to cook.
Why?
Because the way he was dressed and he had those great glasses on. Like, the intelligent things.
Do you think consistency's been a problem here?
I think if you went to a restaurant and somebody else got a better dish than you did, you'd be really put out, wouldn't you?
Just going to check these lemon creams, Claire, if you want to have a look, see if you're happy. Yeah. If they're set.
After mixed reviews for the first 2 courses,
OK, they definitely set it.
No more disasters.
No.
all hopes are pinned on Pud.
We just want this dessert to be perfect now.
Don't know what to expect from that lady's Irish breakfast.
Whatever lays or issues we had in our previous courses, we can bring it home with the dessert.
Personally, I'm not a dessert sort of kind of guy.
Spotted dick and custard, that's it at the fire station, really.
I wasn't entirely sure on the foodiness of that team.
I'm not looking forward to the coffee and the dessert, because I don't like coffee in desserts, although I'm a coffee drinker.
I really wonder whether they have the capabilities of producing fine dining.
But I'll give it a taste and see what it's like.
You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. And Danny and Kev, I think they're a couple to watch.
I hope what's going to come up going to sort of blow me away.
My hands stop shaking. I have to be very delicate with the eggs with lemon cream in it. They can break in my hands. I have to gently take out the little bits so the
For the
orange
yolk.
curd could sit in there so it looks like a nice runny yolk.
So I'm making the whiskey cream. We want to get the balance right, not have it too overpowering. Okay, I'm adding in the first cap.
OK, go with the first cup.
I can smell it already. Definitely not enough. Oh, it's there. It's really there.
Coming up, it's judgment time.
I was blown away by it.
The evening didn't work. I was ready to get up and walk out.
Bring it on.
I'm not shaking too much, Bex.
Good.
It's almost closing time. At Claire and Rebecca's Irish pub,
I really hope the look of this slows them away.
there's just one last chance to impress.
OK, this is for Lorraine.
This is for Jason. Happy?
Steady hand.
100%. Wow. No broken eggs. Dessert is served.
After the beef cheeks, I'm scared. you
Very
know.
scary.
I'm most nervous about Lorraine. She's a dessert queen. Balls!
Oh.
I can't believe I dropped the egg.
She lost all her composure. There might have been a little word slipped out there as the egg hit the floor, but it was the best part of the evening.
I'll come back on an egg.
An egg splats on the floor. And I'm just thinking, oh dear. Rule number 1, make sure all the elements can make it out to the table.
Thank goodness for spares.
Thank you.
Will Claire and Rebecca's Ladies' Irish Breakfast hit the spot?
Claire and Rebecca, I was intrigued as to how you're going to serve this. But I really, really think that this is absolutely beautiful. You've got the flavours right, the balance beautiful, orange curd, which is really tricky to make. You can really taste that orange come through. The chocolate mousse, it's light, it's fluffy. I think, unfortunately, the whiskey cream is quite overpowering, but it kind of kills a bit of the chocolate.
I totally disagree with Lorraine. I think the whiskey cream is pitch perfect. This dessert would stand up anywhere. The shortbread's sensational, the chocolate mousse is light and airy, the whiskey cream is sensational, the presentation is Michelin quality. No two ways about it. And if one of my pastry chefs in any of my restaurants gave me this, it would go straight on the menu. Period. Absolutely first class. It's fantastic. Really, really well done.
Pinch me.
Slap you. Thank you very much.
Kill me now.
Do you think Jason Atherton just do a job as one of his pastry chefs, lady?
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
He said it was a Michelin-starred dish.
He did.
So everyone, please go ahead and enjoy your dessert.
can the final dish silence the critics?
Gorgeous. Love the presentation. This is divine. It was excellent. I extremely enjoyed it.
I feel like a 5-year-old. I think it's amazing. It just delighted me. It was moving from cooking towards art.
That was brilliant. The thought process to do all that, that's awesome.
Honestly, I can't remember the bad stuff now. That is just fireworks at the end.
It's time for the teams to deliver their verdicts on Claire and Rebecca's meal.
I thought that the fish for a starter, the technique that they had used was quite unusual and quite challenging, but it wasn't really worth the effort.
It's not definitely. It's a bit slimy. I can eat it.
The texture is just too liquidy.
The cheek, the main course.
Well, it turned out to be delicious.
Part of mine was gristly,
tough,
you know,
wasn't
and
it?
tough.
Yeah, grizzly.
You know, so it wasn't consistent.
Presentation wasn't finessed at all. It was just basic pub grub.
Dessert was really nice. It was very cute, very quaint. I loved mousse. I got so excited when I was eating it.
I was blown away by it. It took me back to childhood.
Each team will now score the evening out of 10.
The menu read really well, but they didn't come to that expectation of that menu, I don't think,
you're
so,
right,
with the
mate.
flavours.
I'm struggling to go over a 5,
Yeah,
mate.
a 6 could have gone to maximum, but no, I agree with you, 5.
The dessert really was wow, but you've got to take into consideration everything else that's happened over the course of the evening.
Yeah.
I think a 5. Yeah. 5.
I wonder what on earth was going on in that kitchen that they had to spend so much time in the kitchen. I would give a 6. 6? Yeah.
I was going to go for a 6, but that dessert made me forget the weight. It's a 7.
I am really, really disappointed.
The evening did work. I was ready to get up and walk out after the first course.
Happy then, we're going to give a 4 for this.
I've got to agree with you for 4. A disaster.
With the team's marks totaled, it's crunch time for Claire and Rebecca.
You ready for this?
No.
We just gotta do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Whatever happens, it's okay. We tried our hardest.
We did. Let's go.
Claire and Rebecca, the guest teams have given you a combined score of 27 out of 50.
Very low. They're basically saying, well, we gave them an average night, so they must be very tough critics.
I can't wait to see their food.
Yeah, me too. And we will mark it accordingly.
Ooh. It's like that, is it?
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Bring it on.
Now, it's our turn. We're going to score each dish out of 10.
York salmon, sous vide. The salmon was cooked successfully. What let it down was balance of flavours were a little bit out. It was salty, a little garlicky. It didn't set the competition light. And for that, I'm going to give you a score of 5.
Unfortunately, your balsamic pearls didn't pan out. And your sapphire really let the dish down. It was a very ambitious dish. It didn't pay off. I'm going to give you a 5.
Your main course, beef cheeks in Guinness with cold cannon potato cake and carrots. The beef cheek broke apart beautifully. I just loved the sauce. It was full of flavour. But you kept us waiting a very long time for it to come. And unfortunately, it has cost you marks. I'm going to score you a 6.
Mine was beautifully tender. But other people said the beef cheeks were chewy and fatty. So it's just really important to consider the consistency so we all get the same. I give you a score of 6. So, for your ladies' Irish breakfast. As you know, I start as a pastry chef, so I do have very high expectations. The presentation was really, really clever. Unfortunately, the whiskey cream I thought was a little bit strong. I'm going to give you an 8.
Thank you.
The presentation was sensational. It just stopped everybody in their tracks. And that's what this competition is all about, seeing everybody's personality on a plate. For that, I'm going to give you a 9.
get an 8 and a 9.
Amazing.
Amazing. So proud. A brilliant way to end the night.
Oh, the best way to end the night.
Yeah.
That gives you a total score of 66. And that is the score to beat.
Claire and Rebecca have scored 66 points and head up the leaderboard. For now.
We've got to aim for 70.
Or even more if we can get there.
I am now convinced that we have every chance of winning this competition.
When all 6 couples have cooked, the team with the lowest score will be eliminated.
Let's hold on to our score.
Yeah.
And not that I wish bad on anyone, but I hope someone's kitchen burns.
No.
Next time,
This is the star of our show. This is definitely a winning menu.
the competition heats up
Got down at least 80 chilies.
He's going to blow him away.
It is a bit of a gamble.
and Danny and Kev come under fire.
I've got a bone now, so just be careful of that.
Awkward.
I think Danny and Kev have actually hit their peak today.